Many IELTS students have difficulties with table completion questions in IELTS reading because they don't have a strategy for solving them. In this video, we do a practice test together, step by step, and I show you how to find the correct answers really fast. If you're going to take your IELTS soon, check out my IELTS materials. There, I teach you everything you need to score high. I show you step by step how to give high-scoring answers. And of course, we do many practice tests together, so you will feel confident for your test. You can find the link in the description below. And now, let's get started. Here you can see the passage. And here are the questions 1 to 5. And as you can see, these are table completion questions. Now, when you start your IELTS reading test, don't start by reading the passage first. At this point, you have absolutely no idea what the questions are about, so you don't know what to look for in the passage, and this means that you waste valuable time. That's why we now go directly to the questions. Let's have a look at the instructions. What do they say? Complete the table below. So you have to complete the table. And if you read this, you know that these are table completion questions. I'm going to write this down here. The instructions go on saying, choose no more than 3 words or numbers from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 5 on your answer sheet. Now, it says no more than 3 words or numbers here. This is super important, guys. Make sure you read the instructions carefully in IELTS reading, because if you write more words or numbers, the answer is wrong and you don't get the point. So that's why it's super important to pay attention to the instructions. Let's have a look at the first question. Here it is. When you want to figure out the correct answer for the questions, have a look at the words around the gap where you need to fill in the word. Here it says various elements such as something. And obviously, we're looking for elements that have something to do with LED, because it says LED at the top here. And also, it says materials here. So elements likely refer to materials. Now, let's have a look at the passage. We are looking for elements in the passage. Maybe we can find that word exactly like that in the passage. If so, it will be super easy to locate the information. But maybe the word is paraphrased. So always look for paraphrasing in the passage if you aren't sure whether you can find the word exactly like that. Let's have a look at the passage. Does the passage talk about elements? If you scan the passage, you can see that here it says elements. So let's start reading the passage from here. Since the 1960s, light-emitting diodes, LEDs, have changed the lighting industry. This sentence is interesting because here it says LEDs. And what does it say at the top of our table here? LED. So we are in the right place. Using a wide variety of elements, researchers can produce light in a rainbow of colors. So here the passage talks about elements, and this is what we are interested in here. But now we need to know which elements the passage is talking about. So let's continue reading. For example, gallium arsenide can be used to make red light. Then the passage goes on saying, by contrast, fluorescent light is created by heating mercury vapor. So here the passage is already talking about fluorescent light. And you can see the word fluorescent here. We are not interested in this part of the table at the moment. We are interested in the part where it says LED. And which element is mentioned in the passage for LED? Here it says gallium arsenide can be used to make red light. So gallium arsenide is the correct answer. So gallium arsenide is one of the different elements. So because here it says a wide variety of elements, it's one of the different elements that can be used. So let's enter gallium arsenide. Attention guys, here you need to pay attention. Gallium arsenide are difficult words. If you are unsure how to spell them, have again a look at the passage and check that you spell it correctly. It's always worth having a look at the passage if you are unsure, because if you misspell a word, the answer is wrong and you don't get the point, even if you found the correct answer, and that would be a pity. So make sure that you spell the words correctly. Now, let's have a look at the second question. Question number 2. This one is here. So, as you can see, here it says time to reach full illumination. So this part of the table is obviously concerned with time. And here it says in cold temperatures. So let's look for cold temperatures and let's look for a time. And by the way, guys, we are looking for fluorescent light, of course, here, because it says fluorescent here at the top. So this refers to fluorescent. Let's have a look. Here the passage talked about fluorescent light. So let's read from here. By contrast, fluorescent light is created by heating mercury vapor. That's what it said here, right? But we're not interested in that. We are interested in the time to reach full illumination. So what does it say? It generates a cool white, but it has the problem of disposing the toxic material when the light's lifespan is complete. Plus, the mercury vapor can take over a minute to heat up to emit full light when it is cold. This sentence is super interesting because here it says in cold temperatures, and the passage mentions the word cold here. And also this is about fluorescent light, so we are in the correct category here, and it's about a time because the sentence says the mercury vapor can take over a minute to heat up to emit full light when it is cold. Emit full light means reach full illumination. This is paraphrased. So what's the correct answer? The correct answer is over a minute here. So I'm going to enter over a minute. And as you can see, over a minute are 3 words. Don't forget that a is also a word, even though it's small. And we are allowed to enter no more than 3 words or numbers. So this is fine. Let's have a look at question number 3. Question number 3 is concerned with the lifespan. And here you can see many numbers. Here and here. So we are obviously looking for a number. We are looking for the lifespan of fluorescent light. Where does the passage talk about the lifespan? If you have a look at the passage, you can immediately see a few numbers there. And this makes it super easy to find the relevant information. Here we can see numbers, here we can see numbers. So let's start reading the sentence from here. Their long life. Now you see an issue. The sentence says, their long life. What does their refer to? We have absolutely no idea. So, if you have a situation like this, read the sentence before that, because this can give you an idea of what the next sentence is talking about. So we start reading from here. Use this reading strategy when looking for the correct answers in IELTS reading, because this saves you so much time. I see these numbers, so I know, okay, this is the sentence I need to focus on. I don't need to focus on anything else. But if I have a word like there, and if I don't know what there refers to, I say, okay, let's read the sentence before that, so I have a better idea of what this sentence is about. This is smart, time-efficient reading. Let's have a look at this sentence here. LEDs are becoming the preferred lighting choice for other reasons as well. So now we know that there refers to LEDs. This is crystal clear now. Let's continue reading. Their long life of 50,000 to 100,000 hours far exceeds the average of 7,000 to 15,000 for a fluorescent bulb. Now, this sentence gives us the correct answer, right? Because here it says 50,000 to 100,000 hours. And this is what we can see here. And here it says 7,000, and we can see this in the passage here. And what does it say about the lifespan of a fluorescent bulb? It says 7,000 to 15,000. So this is the number that we need to enter. So the correct answer is 15,000 hours. Pay attention, guys. Here it says 15,000 here. But if you now enter 15,000, then it says 7,000 to 15,000. What? 7,000 to 50,000 what? The reader has no idea how long it lasts. We need something that tells us what the lifespan of fluorescent bulbs is. And what do we need here? We need the word hours. So here you can see that this question is quite tricky. Here you need to pay a lot of attention so you enter an answer that is logical. We need to enter 15,000 hours. By the way, if you want more IELTS reading practice tests, hit the like button and write yes in the comments. If you want something else, tell me your video wish in the comments so I know what you would like to see on this channel. Let's move on with question number 4. Here it says energy efficiency. So this part of the table is about energy efficiency. And here it says 95% of energy can what? Guys, 95% is an excellent keyword. It may be that we find this number exactly like that in the passage, but sometimes numbers are also shown in a different way. So let's have a look at the passage. Can we see percentages in the passage? I can see something here. I can see the number 5 and the word percent. So let's read this part of the passage. Let's read from here. Furthermore, LEDs are remarkably energy efficient. While 30% of the energy from a fluorescent bulb is wasted as heat, only 5% of the energy of an LED bulb is emitted as heat. The rest is employed to generate light. So we cannot see the number 95% here, but the passage talks about 5% here. What are we interested in? We are interested in the energy efficiency of LEDs. And here the passage talks about the energy efficiency of LEDs because it says that LEDs are remarkably energy efficient. And then it continues saying while 30% of the energy from a fluorescent bulb is wasted as heat, only 5% of the energy of an LED bulb is emitted as heat. The rest is employed to generate light. So here our table talks about 95%. This number is not in the passage, but the number 5 is. 5% of the energy of an LED bulb is emitted as heat. So what happens with the remaining 95%? The rest, and these are the remaining 95%, is employed to generate light. This is the correct answer. 95% of energy can generate light. This is what we are going to enter. Here you can see that when solving an IELTS reading test, you need to pay a lot of attention because the number 95% is not in the passage. Only the number 5% is. So you need to understand that when the passage talks about the rest, this is about the 95%. So pay attention when taking your IELTS reading test. Let's have a look at the last question. Question number 5. 30% of energy is something. We are looking for 30% in the passage. Can we see this somewhere? Here. Here it says, while 30% of the energy from a fluorescent bulb is wasted as heat. So what happens with the 30%? They're wasted as heat. 30% of energy is wasted as heat. This is what the passage says here. So we are going to enter wasted as heat. That's it. We are done with the table completion questions. Amazing. Great job. Let's quickly summarize what you have to do to solve table completion questions in IELTS reading. First, start with the first question. Have a look at what kind of word you need to enter. Have a look at the sentences or words around the gap to get an idea, and then look for keywords or paraphrasing in the passage. This helps you find the correct answer faster. And when you think you have found the correct answer, go back, have a look at the table, make sure it's the correct answer, and make sure you enter all the information that is needed. Remember the case with hours here, that we needed to enter hours here. Don't forget things like that. Also remember that sometimes words or numbers cannot be found exactly like that in the passage. This was the case with the 95% here. You needed to figure out that the passage only talks about 5% here and that the rest refers to 95%. Make sure you pay attention in your IELTS reading test. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their IELTS score too. See you in the next video.